Well. It looks like a new episode of Sitting Sideways. The episode where we're going to put the fuel pump in. The episode where we try and get this Skyline running. If this goes in and works, the car works. That's all we got to do. Is just install this and get it to work.
Alright, so we're in the back of this R33 today. We're going to do the fuel pump. So the first things first, you want to make sure you don't mix up your fuel lines for when you put them back on. You'll see from factory, they've actually got a Phillips head clamp on one of the lines, the feed line, I believe it is. So just keep that in mind. You don't want to be mixing that up. You don't want to be changing that Phillips head clamp to make them all match, because then you're going to mix up your fuel lines. So it's good that one's actually different. So I've sprayed a little bit of my spray on the little, where the hoses go, that silicone spray, and you find everything just slides off a lot easier. I spray it in here, in the kind of locking nut that holds down the fuel pump, holds it in place. So people buy special tools for this, you know, spend a lot of money on special tools, or they'll get hammers and screwdrivers and bang it up. There's no better tool than a construction worker's hands. Get a bit of strength in your hands, you're unstoppable, mate. You don't even need special tools. Alright, that's a good trick. So you just spray the spray and do it by hand. You should be able to. If you can't, jiggle your hand, vibrate your hand while you're doing it, and it'll start working. Alright, so the fuel pump you see is disconnected. It's in a couple pieces. You got your fuel sender and you got your pump. See those wires? I disconnect the plug for the fuel sender thing for the your gauge on your dash. It tells you how much fuel you got. So you got your red and black main wires, 2 pins, and the other plug's got a few pins, I'm pretty sure. And then you unplug that one, and I've tied it with fishing line, so I don't want it to drop in the fuel tank. And I don't think it's really that bad if it does. I'm pretty sure it's all submersible, but I just don't want to be putting my hands in fuel, old style fuel, fishing that out later on. So I've got that tied up. It can stay there for days now. So anyway, you see that? See the little prongs, the white stuff? You got the white plastic, 2 prongs going down, vertical. So what I'm doing now is I've got my hand in there and I'm trying to feel. You can't see anything when you're in there, so you're going to, by feel, try and grab the fuel pump. I found the easiest way to do it is the actual side. There's the prongs themselves, but where the prongs attach to the bracket that runs vertically down to hold the pump, I grab the side of the bracket, the left side of the bracket. I could get a good grip on there with my hand, just under those prongs, you see, and get a good grip on that long vertical bracket, and I just shimmied it up a bit, and it slid out straight away. Like, honestly, after I probably spent a minute looking in the fuel tank, and then 10 seconds pulling it out.
Caught this 80cm dog today, straight out of Crusty Demons. It's weird how such a nice looking car is such crusty parts.
So you got your old pump out, and if you're putting the new one in, the Walbro, you're going to have to change those electrical wires. So I guess first thing, you're going to want to get them off. Got the little Phillips, the nut on the back. I just used a pair of pliers to hold the nut and the Phillips, and it was good enough. I got them undone. So pretty much the way I got my pump out is I just kind of twisted it slightly, and then you see that rubber mount at the back, it kind of went to the right angle, and then I could just twist and push out, and then it comes out pretty easy. So I did that first before I tried to even worry about doing the fuel line, because now we've got the back out, we have free to move the pump around, and we can completely rotate that pump at 360 degrees, crack any seal on that fuel line, and it just kind of comes off. Quite easy. It's good to make things easier for yourself than try and make it harder. If you're going to use a factory pump, you might want to take this little rubber seat off. So I'm using an aftermarket pump, but if you're going to go get an R33 factory OEM pump, keep that rubber. This is all the new pump and assembly. So apparently Walbro pumps aren't called Walbro anymore. They're called TI Automotive pumps, according to TI Automotive. As you can see on the pump, it's still made in USA. They've printed everything pretty much the same. They just changed the logo and the name. So what we've got is the electrical plug they've given us. And we've got the little blue crimps. We're going to be using those. You've got your little rubber sleeve that goes over the pump. Helps protect it and makes it a bit wider to suit the size of the original pump. So you're going to put your hose clamps on, and we've actually put some new fuel hose for that short bit. So make sure you use submersible fuel hose, otherwise it will just perish and disintegrate very quick. So we've got the high pressure submersible fuel hose, made in America, as well as the fuel pump. We've got the stainless steel cable ties. You see a lot of guys just use hose clamps, which is completely fine. I just happen to have stainless steel cable ties, so finally had a good use for them. So we've got it's pretty easy. You just cut off your old wires, red to red, black to black. Use the provided crimps. All you gotta do is strip the ends of the wires, stick them in and press down on the crimps and crush them, and then they'll hold the wires together. So other than that, it's pretty straightforward. It's a pretty easy job to do. Hardest part's just putting the fuel pump in and out, honestly. Or if you don't have the tools to change the pumps around, that might be a challenge for you. But at the end of the day, it's pretty straightforward. You just gotta use your brain a little bit when you're putting the new pump on. Have a look at it, make sure it's all seated right. We removed the rubber seat for the bottom because we didn't need it. It wouldn't have worked with it anyway, with this new Walbro style fuel pump. And then this is where the games begin. So have a look. Where the fuck is that? Alright, I just gotta... It's pretty much working. Oh my god, it's raining heaps.
The new fuel pump is in the car. We're about to try and start it and see if it works. See what happens. Yeah. The fuel pump's running, but I'm pretty sure the hose is disconnected actually.
Oh yeah.
So I heard that sound coming just then. Fucking yeah, a bit of a mess. At least you'll run. That's the main thing. Tighten that up, and we'll try again in a second. I think it might work. The fuel pump is connected, the line's connected, it works. You're about to witness it if it starts. It does this thing, right? Oop. It knows she's gonna work, so now she's not turning over. I've jiggled some wires and nothing. She's gonna go. She's gone. She's went. She's running. Oh, come on. That's all we needed. I'm gonna rev it. She's doing it again, eh? I've been thinking that is the starter. Might pull the starter out and redo it. Like,
so we're gonna pull out the spark plugs to have a look at them. Basically what happened is we pulled the plugs out, or pulled a plug out. It was brand new. Kind of had a bit of a recollection. I did switch all the plugs to brand new plugs. I couldn't remember if I did or not.
so we have a Microtech ECU we're gonna try. The computer that's in the car is for a Series 2 GTST, which is, this has a DE non-turbo motor, but it's been converted to turbo. The main thing is though that the Series 1 has an external igniter on top of
the rocker covers like area, you'll see like a little box with plugs, whereas Series 2 has it built into the coil packs. So it's got the ECU to run the igniter for the coil packs, but it's also going through an igniter, so that I'm guessing that maybe is why it doesn't run properly. So we're going to take a little risk and just put this random ECU that has a random tune in. It could just blow up the whole motor. So we got the computer in, ready to go. Oh, it's in gear. That's alright. So I'm trying to pinch the return line in case the regulator's not going. I've taken the Microtech out, back to the Series 2 ECU. Gonna try clamp this fuel line when I find the pliers that I've just lost. Use these rusty ones if they, oh my god, if they work. Alright. Hold up. Alright, try now. Come on, girl. Put some more fuel in it to try and, you know, dilute the stale fuel. Could just be really bad fuel. She wants to get hit again on the start. Hey, maybe flick the on switch on and off so it primes the fuel pump again. 'Cause Alright, so this hose was off camera notice. We put it back on. I don't know if I'm even doing anything pinching that return line, so just fucking see if it works. Come on. Gotta hit the starter. Slightly better. Not as good, still not idling. Let it. Oh, you're not revving? He's not revving it. She's alive! Oh my god. Didn't even turn off then either. No way. She's ready. Ready to do some drifting. So we've tightened up the throttle cable. Yeah, we'll start it again. We've tightened up the throttle cable just the slightest bit, so it's trying to just pull a little bit of rev, not much. See if the idle's a bit better. Shouldn't be doing that, but. So we're hitting the ghost limiter. I don't know if this is related to our problem, but it's just something that is out of the ordinary, because this car's doing crazy stuff. We're trying to put the battery in the boot, and then it like kind of works, and you try and start, and then it just loses complete power. But then if you wiggle the battery terminals, it has power again, but they still have constant continuity and power through them even before you wiggle them. Like it doesn't make sense. So yeah, we've got a dancing fucking tacho. And then now we've got nothing. So yeah, try to start it, and then nothing. And then you turn it back on, and nothing happens.
And if you wiggle the battery terminals, it'll get power all of a sudden. Like it resets or something. I don't know.